I'm Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Today, you not only get one park review, but you get two park reviews. We are at Pio Pico in Jamul, California. This park is only about a half hour from downtown San Diego. It's a super location. There's a south side of the park on one side of the road and a north side of the park on the other. We're going to show you both sides, the differences between them, so you can plan your trip to Pio Pico.
Come along.
Now, you've got great roads coming in. This is Otay Lakes Road. And Pio Pico, like we said, is definitely two separate parks. When you come in, you check in on Pio Pico South. Everybody checks in there. Then you may end up and go to Pio Pico North, which is just across the road from it. The major difference, North has no sewer hookups. They do have a couple double dump stations, but their sewer hookup is only on the south side, and the south side is generally full because of that. So we're going in to the south side, and they've got nice signs there so that you know that's where you check in. And you check in at the guard shack just like these folks are right here. Staff was absolutely great. They do give you the little placard for in your car. I flashed the placard at them as busy as they were getting everybody checked in, and they immediately put the gate up to let us in. So both south side and north side are like two separate loops. This first loop is a mix of 30 amp and 50 amp sites, and they do have sewer connections. Almost all of the amenities are in the south side. So again, if you wanted to use the pool and that sort of thing, it's all on the south side. If you're in the north side, you can come over, show them your pass, they let you right in, no problem. You can use the amenities in either side. It's just a convenience factor. Now we're going through a little stretch in between the two loops. This stretch on the map is coded as yellow, and they are listed as leased sites. So these are basically annuals or semi-annuals.
Yeah.
These people are more or less permanent. Now on the right there is a single dump station, and even though this side does have sewer hookups, they still do have a dump station on this side. And again, over on the right, you've got a full court basketball, you've got volleyball, soccer field. There is a dog walk back there. And it is a small dog walk on this side. As you're looking at the mountains basically surround both sides of the park, the north and the south. There's little to no cell service, so do keep that in mind. There's the pool and the spa. I love the wood carving they've got out in front. They do have shuffleboard, horseshoes, and around behind the pool, more horseshoes. Now we're entering the other loop, the second loop of the south side here. And These again are sewer sites. There is only, I believe, 6 or 7 50 amps back here. So they had sent us back actually where the turquoise rig is there on the left. They thought that site would be open, and it was not when we checked in. So we were not able to get over onto this side of the park, but the other side of the park worked out just fine.
Now there's also a dip in the road here that you can only go one way with your rig if it's real big.
Exactly, and we'll show you that here in a moment. You do pass it when you come in. You want to bear to the right. The loop that we're on now, the left side of the loop, is the one with the dip. It is not this one. This one you can get through no problem. But if you do need to turn around after you've been looking for a site and we're able to find one over here, there is a road that goes off to the left. It makes a little inner loop. There's where it went in. It'll come out just a short ways down here, just this side of the dip, so you can use that to turn around. We still had the tow car attached when we came back here. We were able to navigate all of this fine with the tow attached.
Yeah.
So pulling a fifth wheel, anything like that, you'll be fine. That's where it comes back out. This is the one they tell you if you're 30 foot or longer, do not attempt it, and there are a lot of scrape marks in the blacktop to prove it. I would never try it. We set too low with that hitch on the back. It would not be a good thing. Now we're coming back along the area. The least sites are now over on the right hand side. We've just passed the pool, the basketball there, so you're familiar with where we are. We're going to come back up through here to the front part of this park and show you another whole area of amenities. I want to get back to cell service for just a second. I've been told that there is a possibility, if you're on the south side, you may have cell coverage. There is no cell coverage. We have Verizon and T-Mobile. There were no bars within a couple miles of the park at least. So I'm not sure we would have even gotten cell coverage over on this side. They do have Wi-Fi, paid Wi-Fi throughout both sides, and they do have complimentary Wi-Fi at the bathhouses and at the pool complexes, as well as the country store out front that we'll show you in just a moment. So if we needed to make a phone call, put it on Wi-Fi calling. We called the bathhouse near where we were parked. I'm going to the office because there's a picnic table out in front, and it was kind of jockeying for space at the picnic table every now and then. Everybody else has the same idea. But it was actually kind of nice being a little bit more unplugged for a few days.
Yeah, it was.
Now, just before we get to the Rangers station there, we made a right, and this road comes around the front of the park, and this brings you to the East Complex. And again, this is all amenities over here. And this is really, really nice. They've got a playground. This is the front 9 of the mini golf. One of the nicest mini golfs I've seen. Bathhouse right there by the pool. Shuffleboard alongside the community building. And the community building isn't set up with tables and chairs like what most of these are. It's set up with 4 billiards tables. I love it.
Yes.
This is the back 9 of the mini golf on the back side of the pool. Beautiful pool and spa there. And again, regardless which side of the park you're on, all those amenities are yours to use.
And they have dumpsters and doggy stations all over the place.
Yeah, all the way around the park. The grassy area over here on the right is a baseball field. Batting cage was there on our left. We're going to go through the Ranger's Gate. And the building on the left is the general store, the country store. And I'm going to do a little bit of a U-ey here and grab a parking place, and we'll take you in and show you the store here real quick. Now the country store is outside of the gate, so they get a lot of traffic from people who are not at the park but are stopping to get a soda after work or whatever. And they've got camping supplies. They have got candy, soft drinks, not so soft drinks, and then they've got a whole bunch of grocery items and a whole bunch of RV supplies. Really nicely stocked. Out behind the country store is this nice little patio area. So if you do need a place, you can get under the umbrella and get your Wi-Fi. And they also have propane fills there. Okay, so now we're at the country store. We're back at Otay Lakes Road. We're going to make a quick left coming out of their lot. And almost immediate right. And now we're in Pio Pico North. Now both sides of the park do have RV storage, and they do have a lot of RV storage. Especially when you come in here, you'll see all these RVs to the right. Those are all storage units. This is the guard gate for the north side. This was the only time I ever saw anybody there. Normally it's not manned, but they do give you a code. You punch in the code, the gate goes up, and in you go. And again, you can see what we were talking about, being surrounded by the mountains. It's beautiful scenery, but it does block a lot of television broadcast over the air and all cell service. Now on the left is a double dump station, and right behind that is a really cool remote control car park. And this brings you into the first loop on the north side. There are back-end sites along the outside edges. The ones in the middle are pull-throughs, and they are every other one is the opposite direction, like a buddy type site. So they will show you on the maps a little red indicator on the sites that are 50 amp, but I will tell you from our experience, don't go solely by that. The site we were in was listed as a blue site, a 30 amp site. The top of the electrical box is painted red. So got out and looked at it. It was brand new 20, 30, 50 amp box. So don't go entirely by the map. If it's a brown box, it's a site that's open for anybody to use. And if it's got a red top on it, it's 50 amp. Now there's our rig. We're going to come back and show you our site here in a moment, but we're going to take the little drive between the first loop and the second loop. On the right hand side is something I can't say as I've ever seen at 1000 Trails before.
It was pretty cool.
It's an equestrian area And there are areas back there for your horses, and then the sites are all long enough that you can have your horse trailer in there also. So yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. They do have a lot of speed bumps, I will say that for them. And it is a 5-mile-an-hour speed limit park. We do have the video sped up from that. Now the bathhouse is right there on the right. There are 3 bathhouses on this side of the park. We're going to come over and park by the bathhouse, and right behind the bathhouse is the dog park. This dog park, there's no grass, it is a dirt park, but it's huge. Right beside it, there's a playground, there's basketball, there's pickleball, there's playground equipment. The bathrooms are very nice, very clean.
They sure are. Especially for being used more on this side.
Yeah, and people were taking advantage of the bathhouses a lot on this side of the park because of not having sewer. I was down at the office yesterday evening, and they actually were lining them up at the men's over in our side of the park for the showers in the evening, especially families bringing their kids and that sort of thing. So we're headed back over onto the first loop where we were staying. We're taking one last pass through the second loop. They do have another bathhouse over here. That loop actually has one as you come into it and one at the far end. The first loop had one bathhouse. But the spaces are nice size. There are trees. There are more trees in this loop than there are in the loop that we're in. But even on the loop that we're in, there's a good many good-sized shrubs and small trees.
And you seem to be angled so that the sun isn't coming into the sides as much.
This loop, I don't believe, has 50 amp in it. I believe this section's all 30.
I think you're right.
And just as you get up here by the bathhouse again and leaving the second loop, on the right hand side is another double dump station. So both loops have their own double dump station, which is really nice.
And they also have a service that comes around.
They do have a honey wagon service available, and it's tiered pricing. If you let them know a couple days ahead of time, it's less expensive than if you call and say, I need it right away. So just be proactive if you're going to use it. Now coming back over into the first loop where we were staying, we're going to bring you over here to our site so we can let you see what a typical site over here looks like. All in all, it's a good sized park. And all in all, it was pretty much full the entire 10 days we were here. If you do want to try to jockey around and move to the south side to get a full hookup, they do have a plan in place for that. They used to do a lottery system for it. They no longer do that. It is still first come, first serve. This is our campsite. It is an all gravel site over here. And on our curbside, the hookups, we have one water that shares between the two rigs. No sewer, of course. And the electrical box, ours was 125, has the red top on it for 50 amp. The other one is for the site beside us that was brown, that's a 30 amp. And the electrical panel looks brand new in it. So Cathy, what did you think about our time at Pio Pico?
It has been awesome.
It has surprised me with being over on the north side with no sewer, no cell, no Wi-Fi, how relaxing it has been. We've been unplugged and we're only 30 minutes away from downtown San Diego. So it's been a super location.
It has been. And you know, Thousand Trails has been great for us. And it's going to be great for you too, but you've got to give them a call.
Absolutely. Our friends Warren and Sharon Lewis will give you all the information on what different memberships Thousand Trails offer and what may be just perfect for your needs. We've absolutely found the perfect answer for us. We are spending so much time this year in Thousand Trails, and it really helps that full-time budget. It can help just as much on a part-time or a weekender budget too.
It sure does.
So give our friends Warren and Sharon Lewis a call or drop them an email. They'll be glad to help give you the skinny on everything you need to know about Thousand Trails. With that, if you liked the video today, leave us a thumbs up. We sure appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell. That way you'll know when all of our new videos come out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.